Number 68. Lauren bought a new car in the year of 2000. After X years, the car is worth Y dollars. And here we are given a graph with the number of years on the x-axis and then the value of the car on the y-axis. For the first part of the question, it's asking us to find the slope of this line right here. How do we do that? We need to have 2 points. We need to pick 2 points so that we can tell the coordinate easily. Let me pick this point first. Because this is on the y-axis, that means the x value will be 0, and then the y value is clearly 18,000. So we can say this is 0, 18,000. And that's the first point that we have. I'm not going to pick this point because even though I know the x value right here is equal to 1, but I'm not so sure about the y value here. Let me just go down to here to pick this point. Because I know this is when x value is equal to 15, and because it's on the x-axis, we know the y value is equal to 0. This point right here has the coordinate 15 for the x, and then y is equal to 0. So 15, 0 right here. So now we have 2 points. To find the slope, we can use the slope formula. So let me write this down. I will use m for the slope. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And then I will just label this first point as x1, y1, and this point right here will be x2, y2. And what we need to do now is just plug in all these numbers into the formula, that's all. So we are going to get y2 is equal to 0, so let me put a 0 right here, and then minus y1 is equal to 18,000, so that goes right here, 18,000, over x2 is equal to 15 minus x1 is equal to 0. So we have this, and that will be the setup. Okay, on the top we have 0 minus 18,000, that's negative 18,000, over the denominator is 15 minus 0, that's positive 15. When we divide negative 18,000 by positive 15, we are going to get the slope is equal to negative 1200. So you can just use the calculator to do negative 18,000 divided by 15, and you will get negative 1200. And the question is also asking us to explain the meaning of the slope. For the slope, it's a rate. Okay, the slope represents a rate. And in our context right here, we're talking about the value of the car. And as you can see, the slope is negative 1200. So that means the value of the car is decreasing. It's just like real life. If you buy a car today, next year the value of the car is going to go down. So we can say the value of Lauren's car is going down at the rate of $1,200 per year. And that's it for the first part. Once again, the reason that we know this is going down, the value is going down, is because we have a negative rate. And for part B, we're going to find out what's the y-intercept. And we actually did it already. The y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis, and that's 0, 18,000. So the y-intercept is just 0, 18,000. What does the 0 represent? 0 represents the number of years. It's 0. That means initially, the value of the car must be 18,000. So in another word, we can say she bought the car at a price of $18,000. That's all for part B. And then for part C, we're going to explain the point 5, 12,000. What does that mean? Once again, the 5 is the x value. It represents the number of years. And then the 12,000, the y value, it's the value of the car. So in another word, we can say this. For part C, her car is worth $12,000 after 5 years. And that's what it means by 5, 12,000. And that's it. Part A, B, and C.